What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to another edition of the R.E.U.P podcast. It's your host, Coach Jack. Here on the R.E.U.P podcast, you know what we like to talk about. Things that happened in the past, what's going on in the present, and what can and may occur in the future in this thing we call life in football. Hey, it is the mid April point, almost the end of April. That means that a lot of spring balls have ended or are about to end, or somewhere in between. But this thing is starting to wind down, man. Right, and so today we're going to talk about, we talked about this a little bit before, but today we're really going to talk about, was it worth it? Right? Was it worth it? What is it like? What does spring ball mean for you? And I can tell you what it means for me. It's time for me to do some evaluations. Now, honestly, when we get to high school recruiting or junior college recruiting or transfer portal recruiting, like a lot of those things, the evaluation takes place. But what we really get down to it, for the guys who I've seen, before, I've seen what they can do on the field on Saturdays. I want to see, can they improve. I want to see how much more they're going to take their game to the next level. All right. Then also on the other side, I want to see those young guys, those guys who maybe red-shirted or played a couple games. I want to see their next steps. I want to see how big they can make the jump and how much more improvement they've enhanced their game, right? And then also I want to see the guys who maybe came up just a little bit short from seeing the playing time that they wanted to see. I want to see, what have you done differently, right? Have you prepared yourself differently? Have you motivated yourself differently? Have you, gone after it in the playbook? Have you done the things differently in order to get what you want, right? Or are you going to remain stagnant, right? And kind of just complacent with where you are, either on the depth chart or the roster or just an athlete in general, right? Um, all those things that they really truly encompass what I'm looking for when it comes to guys being, available and ready to go for spring ball, right? And now that it's over, especially here at Lindenwood, man, we had an awesome spring. The defense did an amazing job. Offensively, we brought it every single time. Special teams, was a mass improvement. Like everything, was on the up and up right here at Lindenwood. And I'm not just saying that because obviously I work there, man, but I'm saying that because the guys really got after it and they really improved and they really showed exactly what it means, to be a Lindenwood Lion, man. But all in all, when you start looking at, key contributors who were there last season, returning two out of the three starters, the two out of three major contributors, one being an all conference guy, the other guy being close to an all conference guy, and being able to see those guys take the leadership. Right, the leadership is what I wanted to see out of those guys, and I think they did a tremendous job, man. They really took that group. We got some young guys in our group, man, but they really took that group and they held each other accountable. Not only did they hold everybody else accountable, they held, each other accountable, man. So it's a big, big, big shout out, big, big, big improvement, man. Massive. So happy and proud of these guys, man. They only continue to get better and better and better as the spring ball went on, man. But to my young guys that really, really like dialed in, mentally understood the playbook, really just got after it, man. I couldn't tell you, it's a couple of times where, they had those young guy moments, man, but very few and far between. And I had some older guys who had a little bit of trouble, man, but bounced back through adversity, because that's what it was. That's really what it's about. It's about bouncing back through adversity and understanding that it's one day at a time. You got to take this thing one day at a time, one mountain at a time. You got to climb the mountain until you reach the top, And for everybody in my position group, man, big big shout out, man. I was happy with how we ended spring ball. We did leave a couple things out there, man, but that just means there's room for improvement. That means there's room to grow. That means there's room to, to get after it during the summertime, leading up into fall camp, leading up into the 2026 season, baby. All right, because that's ultimately what we come to do, right? We come to compete day in and day out, day in and day out, right? And try to go win a championship, right? So for those of us that are out there, right? For those of us that were a part of your team's first spring ball together, right? Or this is your third, fourth, whatever the case may be. How'd you do? Now, I want you to really be honest, man. I want you to really look at yourself in the mirror and say, did I accomplish what I set out to accomplish, right? Do you have what did you accomplish your why, right? Did the why factor of why you do this, why you play this game of football, did that matter? Did that elevate your game, right? And, what did you accomplish? Did you accomplish the thing that you wanted to accomplish? And ultimately, let me ask this question. How did you accomplish it? Did you do something different, right? Did you do something different? Are you different? Are you a different animal? As Kobe Bryant once said, are you a different animal, but the same beast, right? Like, that's one of my favorite, one of my favorite commercials. But are you a different animal, but the same beast? That is intentional right there, right? Is solely asking, man, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to put into this work, man? And that's what spring ball is about. But before we got the spring ball, we talking about winter conditioning, right? I can't tell you how many times that, I seen guys get after it. And not just, like I said, not just get after it from a personal standpoint, but holding each other accountable. Because at the end of the day, we are all trying to win a championship. And if you're not trying to win a championship, why do you get up at 5:30 in the morning? Why do you put your body through such excruciating pain mentally and physically? Like, why do you get up and do it if you're not trying to win a championship? And that's what it's about, holding that trophy up. When January comes, for Division 2, when December comes, whenever your championship game is, your conference championship, your national championship, it's about executing and getting the job done. Are you doing it? Are you executing? Are you the standard of execution? One of the things that we always start off our meetings with it, is a mission statement. And the first line is, we believe in the standard of execution. Well, you want to be the excellence of it, right? I'm a huge, and most people might not know this, and if you do, if you follow me for a little bit, you know that I am a wrestling fan, right? I love WWE, I love AEW, I love all that, right? And old school wrestling fans know that my man Bret Hart, right? The excellence of execution. I mean, how much more can you relate the everyday activity to understanding the mental grind that goes into being the excellence of execution? That means, you know how much practice, do you know how much time, do you know how much energy and your heart, your soul, your desire, do you know how much goes into that to be the excellence of execution? Like, you have to live, you have to breathe, you have to sweat, bleed, all of the above in order to be the excellence of execution. That's one of the things that I try to push on my guys. And that's why in the first sentence, it says, we believe in the standard of execution. The standard is the standard, and it ain't gonna change until you change it. But you gotta make sure you elevate it when you change. You cannot go down, right? You cannot go down. And a lot of the times, especially in spring ball, you see people competing, you see people grinding, you see people trying to get after it. Because here's the facts: nobody wants to ride the bench. Nobody wants to be, just another guy. Everybody wants to be the guy. However, here's the thing. You also have to maintain that everybody does have a role. Everybody does have a part to play on the team. You got to understand what that part is. And spring ball is a big, big, big part of understanding what your role is on the team, right? Get a part of special teams. This is huge for you, right? Don't just be a guy who says, I'm only going to play offense. I'm only going to play defense. Man, that special teams coordinator is looking for people who want to be on the field, who want to make an impact, who want and have the desire to be a game changer right there on special teams, because it's three phases to the game: offense, defense, special teams, right? You can't just leave that part out. So spring ball is when you show up and you show out and you say, Coach, I'm your guy. I'm the guy that you've been waiting for. I'm the guy that you can depend on, that you can count on, that when you need a big time play to go out there, when you need a voice that to elevate everybody and to get everybody going. Coach, let me be the guy. Let me be that person that you can look at and say, hey, everybody, follow that. That's the standard. That is the standard of execution right there. How many of us did that this spring? How many of us only focused on, offense or defense, and didn't involve themselves in special teams, right? Yeah, not and I'm not saying those that were forced to. I'm saying those that wanted to. I'm saying those that really truly wanted to get after it and really dial in on special teams, because special teams matters, right? Offense matters. You got to score points. Defense matters. You got to make the tackle. You got to stop them from scoring points. But if you don't have that third phase, if that third phase is not intact and is not where it's supposed to be, you will not win a lot of football games. Because when it comes down to it in pressure situations, those are the pressure moments right there that really show up on tape. So, if you didn't do it, you had all spring, right? If you didn't do it, you got fall camp a little bit, man, but you're running out of time, because we only get a couple weeks of fall camp. And then guess what? It's week 0, week 1. It's game time. And are you going to be a difference? Are you going to be a factor? Are you going to be one of the reasons why your team is successful? Is special teams, does that matter to you? I know we talk a lot about special teams right now, but that was one of the points of emphasis for us this year, man. It's always a point of emphasis, but we really, really, really want to try to get after it on special teams. And I think, a lot of guys overlook that. So I want to make sure that we don't overlook it. I want to make sure that that's a thing that's prevalent and in the front of our minds at all times, right? It's not just offense, defense. It's the third phase too. It's special teams, right? But offensively, right? Did you get the chemistry down? Right? Is your chemistry between your quarterback and receiver good? Time in between handoffs with the running back and quarterback, offensive line cohesiveness, right? From a defensive standpoint, did you perfect your craft? Is your back pedal, all is it fine tuned, right? Are you learning to read your keys? All right. How's your hand placement? How's your striking ability? All this stuff matters, man. All this stuff matters. Everything that you do, it mattered. And if you took it for granted, if you took these 15, 14, 13, however many practices that you had, if you took these practices for granted and thought, I'll do it tomorrow, you missed the boat. You completely missed the boat, and you're probably going to end up in the same spot that you were in when you didn't like it before. But if you took advantage of every opportunity and you went one day at a time, you went one play at a time, and you just absolutely dominated every rep that you were in, no matter if it was an individual drill or a team concept, 7-on-7, special teams, whatever the case may be. If you went out there and you showed up, it will show up on Saturdays when it matters the most. And you have to trust and believe that everything you just did, everything you just put your body through from January all the way through spring ball, you get a little bit of a break now, but everything you just put your body through was worth it, because it's going to show up on Saturday. And if you did not, then you got a lot of work to do over the summer, because you got a lot of catching up to do right now. And I hope for all of our sakes out there that you got after it, right? From a mental standpoint, just to be confident going into the summer, going into the fall, just to have that confidence and assurance that you took care of business and business didn't take care of you. Hey, man, it's been another episode of the R.E.U.P podcast. Remember, Champions never let nothing face them. When in doubt, rise to the occasion. Re-up.